Welcome back to Barebow Project. This is the Barebow news for January. Listen, don't forget, we have a giveaway going on at the Barebow Project Facebook group, Bow Band. Check them out. January Patreon giveaway. Got to be a member of Patreon, so join up. XS Wings. Anything you want, any color you want, coming your way. All you have to do is be a member of Patreon. And in February, we're doing a full Yost Archery giveaway. Yost Weight, Yost Pro Tab. Come over and check that out as well. If you enjoy the show, scan the QR code, buy a cup of coffee, just like a token of thank you if you want to support the Barebow Project. And don't forget, our pre-recorded online advanced Barebow seminar is available. I am adding content to that every couple of months, rules, reviews, all kinds of stuff. Go check that out. All right, people, welcome back to the Barebow Project. This is a different feel of an episode. This is the January Barebow news. I decided to pull some content from throughout the internet. I even have the proverbial notes to go along with it. Not really, it's just blank paper to make it look like I'm a news anchor. So this episode is all about just updates, things that you need to know right now. A little coaching talk coming as well. And well, let's just get to it. So, first things first, let's talk about the Lancaster Archery Classic. Lancaster Archery Classic is coming up. We are going to take a look at the registration page for the Classic here. Online registration is just about done. Wednesday, January 17th is late registration deadline. So, early registration is over, late registration's on its way. Um, if you haven't shot the Classic, there's a nice view of the Blue Range. Actually, I guess they're both. I think they remove the grass every year now. They're this is the long range, the long side, opposite the vendors area. The 2024 Classic is coming up here, and you are going to definitely miss out if you're not registered for this event. Shooting times are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. The qualifications are over on Friday. Saturday and Sunday are all shoot ups, but check that out. Check out the archery hall, the True Ball, Excel, Dart and Black Eagle Conquest Archery Hall, the Big Shot Practice Hall as well. There's a lot of activity going on in the shooting ranges, so go check those out for sure. And there's a lot of other stuff going on with this event. There's a vendor area. Usually they have some seminars coming up as well. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen or heard about the seminars, but they'll have them posted there at the event. And then also don't forget the Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Shoot. So that's Saturday the 27th at 2 p.m. and Sunday the 28th. They do awards right there. Basically behind the awards are behind um the trailer, the Lancaster Archery trailer there. So this is such a great event. This is really the event that has pushed Barebow to the forefront of the fastest growing class in literally all of archery. So I really, really, really want you guys to encourage you all to get registered for this event. Rob Kaufhold and his crew have done more for the growth of Barebow than anyone. Literally, a large part of why Barebow has gotten the attention it has is because it's been highlighted so much at this tournament, which is just to look at the payouts. Barebow is on an equal playing field with the other classes. And not to mention, geez, that Hoyt's putting up some ridiculous contingency money plus the bonus money if you're shooting basically a all Hoyt setup. Current riser, current limbs, barebow weight, and if you're able to put together a podium piece, you're not just taking the regular contingency money, but they're putting their money where their mouth is and the bonus contingency with it. So check that out as well. I will make sure that you have access to see that in this episode. Um, Lots of good stuff happening there. So moving on. This next section. So Indoor Nationals has officially kicked off here in the United States. For those of you who are listeners from all over the world. If you have highlights from like your internationals, like large tournaments, you want to reach out to me. I will absolutely highlight some of the Barebow going on in the rest of the world. But as you know, the Barebow project is based here in United States, and it's kind of we're sort of from a coverage and promotional standpoint, the United States is leading that charge. So our indoor nationals is part of our USAT series. Our indoor nationals is a full ranking 2-day tournament where you shoot two qualification rounds or ranking rounds, and the highest total combined score equals an indoor national champion. There are indoor shoot-offs that they host at the NFAA Indoor Nationals. Um, that's really just a side tournament. It's televised and it's a very good competition, but it's just a side tournament to the national championship. That's not a national championship. But our indoor national tournament is held in multiple clubs throughout the entire United States, and it's over like a 2-month period, roughly. I'm not sure the exact dates, but we'll go over February's news and we'll look at some of those scores. So let's take a look at some of these tournaments that have come up and look at some of the scores. Florida, here it is. Ranking round for Newberry, Florida. Let's scroll on down to Barebow. Let's see how some of these scores have panned out for the men and women and some of the kids. Let's check out some of the highlights. Here we go. Barebow senior men. There's some familiar names up in here. Starting with, looks like Mr. Lee Wilkins. No surprise there. Coming in with a 1053 total for the 2 days. 271, 255. Nice shooting, Ben, especially on that first round. 261, 266. That's solid archery. Nothing short of what we would expect from Lee. Um, Dude's a solid shooter and has an epic beard. Hector Leon. Hector has put in some work. I will tell you that. And I message with Hector pretty often. Um, he's really come a long way in recent years. Pretty sure Hector's a shooter for one of our sponsors, and partners in the bow band and those epic shooter shirts that they have. Hector looks like Hector took the silver there down in Newberry and came in with a 265, a 249, 56, and a 56. It's a good number. It's my fire department number. With a total of 1026. So not bad. It's not a bad round. Doing some good stuff. He's knocking on the door, some amazing performances there. You just got to clean it up a little bit with that 8.55 average. That's pretty good. Angel Franco. I don't know if I know Angel. But came in with a 1024, just 2 points behind, a 254, 250, 259, 261. So that's good. Congratulations. 11 shooters total in Barebow senior men, so not bad. Looks like the ladies came in. We have Caitlin Manresa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Really nice shooting, Caitlin. Shot a 1051, 268, 260, 253, 270. That's outstanding archery, Caitlin. I just want you to know. I hope I get to meet you, and I hope you're shooting a classic because you're doing some really good stuff. Francesca Benavides, I know that name very well. We are what 264, 264, 260, 261. Again, great shooting. That's good stuff right there. I am impressed to say the least. Awesome shooting. Looks like the ladies really got their stuff together and put together some solid archery down there in Florida. And a new name for me, Cecilia Siegley. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly or not. 208, 242, 225, 235, 910. Not bad. You're knocking on the door of that 1,000 mark, that 500 half, and it's gonna come. Congratulations to all of you. Let's just scroll through some of these scores for the U21 and some of these lower levels. See if we see anything crazy. Not really. All to be expected. We got 50 plus men. 969, Steve Hilger, Brian Johnson, Bruce Buckler. I know Bruce. 969, 969, 957 for 50 plus men. Good. 50 plus women. Phyllis, Vicky, Sario Gonzalez. Congratulations to them. Looks like collegiate was definitely low attendance, but that's okay. All right. Well, congratulations to everybody. Job well done down there in Florida, and good job representing Barebow across the board. Let's look at the next one here. Albuquerque, New Mexico. We know some shooters from out there for sure. Take a look at some of these scores from across the United States. We'll scroll on down here for those of you who are watching this. The video version, you're watching it through Patreon. Those of you that have the audio version, you want to see the full scope, all the video, get all the content. You want to join Patreon and get hooked up with that. So, Barebow senior men out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Looks like our top three here. Ryan Cucker from Arizona. Not quite at the level of Florida, but he came in with the number one spot, the 996, 238, 247, 262, 249. Definitely settled down real well in that first 30 arrows of day two. Damon Vigil, if I'm saying that right either, from New Mexico, shot a 970. Patrick Fisk, I know that name. See that guy all over the social media. Shot a 933. It's like a 7.77 average for him. Damon had an 8.0 and Ryan had an 8.3. Congratulations to you three on your sort of regional podium there. Congratulations. And looks like only 7 signed up for Albuquerque. We need to boost those numbers out in Albuquerque, people. Come on. For the Barebow senior women, Sarah Geberhart. We know Sarah from Arizona, shot 967, 8.0 average. Good shooting, Sarah. And Emma Roybal, 573. And Heather Cole from California. A little bit of a lower end score. Not a lot of people entered there, but still doesn't take away from hey, showing up and doing the hard thing and shooting. Because that's what, let's face it, that's what Barebow is. So congratulations to all of you as well on your podium and your regional success there. Let's take a scroll down through some of these other scores. Take a look. Anything that stands out? There's Paul Faust. We know Paul. Good job, Paul, with the 906 in the 50 plus men category. Jeffrey Cluck, Ray Brewer, rounding out that podium. Scrolling down through. Oh, that's fixed pins. No wonder it's a 1097. All right, moving on. Check the next one, Lancaster. So I know some of what happened down here in Lancaster this year. So let's check these scores out. Lancaster just shot this weekend. I got some texts throughout the weekend. It was definitely a memorable one for a really good friend of mine. So, and I do know I was following the scores a little bit. Let's get down here to, did I go too far? Yes, I did. All right. Barebow senior men for the Lancaster Archery Indoor Nationals event. We got third place. I'm gonna go reverse order here. My good friend, old archery friend, probably currently shooting in the sport. This guy is my oldest friend. As little kids, we shot archery together with our dads. We grew up in the sport together. Rob got into it a few years ago, just as I closed right at the tail end of me having my training center open. Rob got back into it and has continued shooting. I've helped him get through, these first couple of years. He's really starting to figure stuff out on his own. Rob has worked his butt off. Pulled the bronze out, hit Lancaster. Lancaster always competitive for Barebow. Shot a 1038, a 258, 265, 258, 257, an 8.6 average. Great shooting, Rob. Bro, I am stupid proud of you. I am so excited. Then we got Logan Bashline. That's a name that we all know and recognize. See him all the time. 1044 with an 8.7 average, and then good old Sean Campbell. We know Sean can shoot. He shot a 1066. It's stellar shooting. 259, 67, 69, and a 71. That's real consistent. Congratulations to those three on their podium down at Lancaster. It's a great shoot. It's a little packed at that facility, not gonna lie. That's why we shoot down in Virginia, but it's super busy down there, and some people love that. Shout out to Paul Donahue, kind of just few points behind Rob. See some other names. Let's see. Barebow women, low class. Very I'm surprised there wasn't more people registered there, but for Barebow senior women. Alexis Barabee with a 902. Whew, Tonsaray McCabe from DC, 719, and Melanie Spack, Chris Spack's significant other, getting her first, maybe first podium. I'm not sure if it's her first or not, but I know she just started and she's working on getting better every day. Real good people, Chris and Melanie Spack. So congratulations to Melanie for getting that third place spot. Let's look down through some of these other scores. 930 for U18 for Riley Paul for U18 women. That's not too bad. 978. Oh, Rick Regal. Yeah, we know Rick for the 50 plus men. Good job, Rick. Good shooting. Um, I know Rick's actually capable of more than that. He's a hell of a shooter. Definitely has some potential always. Looking down through, we're in the fixed pin, so nothing more there. We got one more to look at here from Chula Vista, indoor nationals. Let's take a look at these scores. Scroll down through. All right. Barebow senior men. Oh, there's a familiar name. Mr. Marcus Cooley with a 1090. Outstanding shooting, Marcus. One of the nice. Seriously, everyone. If you don't know Marcus Cooley, say hello. He's one of the nicest guys in Barebow. Shot a 271, 282. Banging. 265, 272. Outstanding shooting. He is a staple of consistency in this sport. Um, and I am honored to call him friend. He's a good dude. Jeffrey Ludes, 994, 8.2 average, and Nicholas Wang, 979 with 8.15. So that second and third spot were definitely contested, and those guys were fighting pretty hard. But Marcus definitely had the upper hand with a 9.0 average. Listen, having a 9 average on 60 arrows is very, very hard. And talk to Marcus about how to become consistent with that because the guy is he's that man. He is that man. Let's move on. Senior women. 984, an 8.2 average for an Angie Liu, if I'm saying that correctly. A Sheila Prado came in second with a 915, and Christina Lee with a 900. So not good shooting across the board there. You're still respectable scores for sure. I don't know any of those names for once, but I see a couple, rounding out the next couple of spots. Lynette Seidemann, we all know when it comes to everything. Amy Cooley, Marcus's wife, a few others, honorable mentions there. Um, but I will say that it's nice to see these new names coming through, getting podiums and stuff like that. Congratulations to all of you on your success, and going to move on to the next segment. Our next segment, we're talking about Barebow weights. So, if any of you happen to be paying attention to the Barebow Project subscribers group, if you're a listener of this podcast or this YouTube channel and you follow the Barebow Project, you need to join there because that's where all the updates are posted. And that's also where the live feeds are shared too. Uh, moving on. We're going to talk about Barebow weights and interpretations. Why? Let me just tell you. If you follow the group, you saw probably a post from a gentleman in, oh gosh, Let me see if I can find. I don't remember which country he was in, um, but I think it was Germany. I'll correct it later on if I'm wrong. And he had an issue with a judge who pulled him because the new Hoyt Barebow weight is adjustable. All right, that's not illegal. I reached out to some our national events coordinator. I also reached out to Mr. Doug Denton from Hoyt. Now, maybe something not everyone knows, Doug is on the technical committee for World Archery for equipment. With that being said, procedures are being put in place to ensure that an archer doesn't come up and face that issue ever again. But let's talk about interpretations because the interpretation of a previous rule covers this weight. There's nothing that says a weight can't be adjustable or be moved. As long as your weight continues to fit through the 12.2 centimeter ring, your bow is legal. If your weight comes loose during the tournament, and if you say you've never had that happen in some fashion, you either haven't shot Barebow long enough or you're anal about keeping it tight every time you show up for a tournament. Kudos to you if that's the case. However, we all know that some things do happen. And the fact of the matter is, when Gilo came out with their hammer weights, an interpretation was made. The Field and 3D Committee, this is Book 3, Chapter 11, Article 11, 1-1. Field and 3D Committee has requested interpretation as to whether weights shown below are permitted in Barebow Division of World Archery. The Constitution and Rules Committee finds the question presented to be within the terms of reference of the technical committee. CNR has determined the following interpretation is not contrary to existing rules or Congress decisions. Response to the technical committee. The Barebow weights, as shown, our photos below, are all legal in the Barebow division of World Archery, provided that the bow can pass through the 12.2 centimeter ring. The judges committee has decided that the 12.2 centimeter ring did not require the bow passing directly through the ring. So the bow, the ring, can be manipulated around weights. But rather, the bow is legal as long as the bow fit through the ring, even with shuffling the ring from side to side to fit extended weights. These weights all are adjustable and can be moved in multiple ways. Scrolling down, this was also included in it. This looks like, is this a, I'm not sure. It looks like a border in some ways, but I'm not sure what that actual riser is. But again, it's the concept of being able to move that weight. And that these weights, even though they're adjustable and movable in multiple directions, it does not exclude a weight being adjustable, making it illegal. Listen, save the link for this interpretation. I will put it in the show notes. Save it to your phone or your device. If you come up with a judge that says, "Hey, this is a movable weight," you can and quite honestly, the Hoyt Barebow weight is just a different shape, but still can be moved the same way that a Yost weight can. Make sure that if the judges don't understand the rule because they don't shoot barebow, that you do, and show up with this information, screenshot or a link saved to your phone or device of the actual barebow rule, and know that you have everything squared away. Be prepared. So this next portion, we've had a new record broken recently. Wanted to highlight this shooter. It's kind of a cool story. A Miss Ava Jones. Ava comes from Western Kentucky Bowhunters. She's in an S3DA club. If you don't know what that is, that's Scholastic 3D Archery. It's a great organization. It's a youth archery organization. And they do all the disciplines, 3D, outdoor target, indoor target, and really sort of expose kids to all formats of archery. Ava's mainly a 3D shooter. I talked to her dad, Jeremy, this morning. Real nice people. Ava broke the U18 indoor single and double world record with a 528 out of 600. I don't have the double score off the top of my head. She did it in her local state championship, which is absolutely awesome. Ava shot the classic last year. She's shooting in the classic this year. She shoots a Hoyt exact with grand prelims, so there's just more proof, people. You don't have to shoot, you know, that high end bow to shoot great scores. It's not necessary. You can shoot great scores with, a medium range equipment and do just fine. Um, and she's having some really good success this year. Things are really starting to work out in her favor. She's doing great with archery. Congratulations to Ava. Credit to USA Archery for the pick you're about to see. They shared it all over social media. We wanted to highlight Ava and give her a Barebow project. Congratulations. Little golf clap for you, Ava. Um, it's good stuff. It's real good stuff. I talked to her dad this morning, and I love seeing that there's this growth in Barebow, but the growth isn't just in the volume of numbers, it's in the talent. You're seeing new shooters come up with minimal help. Um, just they're hitting the competition format. Um, they're climbing the ranks quicker. And as in conversation with her dad this morning, we just talked about that access to information and having that ability to shorten that journey of becoming a better shooter. And we're happy for Ava. Congratulations to her, her club, her team. Check out S3DA. And if you see Ava, give her a fist bump here at the Classic. Hope to meet them and some of all of you when we get to go to the Classic. All right, everyone. This is a quick news part of the news show. I'm here with the young lady, Miss Ava Jones. Hello, Ava. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Um, Ava, I recently just went over, had an amazing state tournament out in Kentucky. Ava, where are you from?
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Bowling Green, Kentucky. And what club do you shoot for?
I shoot for Western Kentucky Bow Hunters for S3DA.
Yes, all right, that's right. So Ava recently broke the U18 indoor world archery and national record with a amazing 528 out of 600. Is that your personal record for yourself in a tournament, Ava?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you shot that in practice before? Or
At
of
home, I've shot around that or a little bit more.
nice. And are you shooting indoor Joad Nationals?
Yes, I am.
Cool. So here's a question for you. I didn't actually. Oh, my dog's barking in the background. I hope you can't hear it. Here's a question for you. Do you shoot for like Joad pins?
No, I don't
Uh,
even know what that is.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So there's a side conversation, right? JOAD, Junior Olympic Archery Development. If you're in a JOAD program, you can shoot for achievement pins, and they have pins that take you up to like gold Olympian, silver Olympian, bronze Olympian, and there's a whole bunch of others below it, right? And you can shoot to a specific, like if you earn that pin, you shoot the score, you get the pin. So I was curious
Okay.
if you happened to have shot that and had your gold Olympian pin, because that's a 270 out of 300. So you ever did that in official tournament type deal. So that's all that. So that's where I was going with that. But anyways, so let's talk about you a little bit, Ava. What equipment are you shooting right now?
I'm shooting the Hoyt. My riser is an exact riser, and my limbs are the Grand Prix. And my string is the new gas string, the Recurve Plus.
Yeah, your dad
And
was telling me about that. He said you really, really like it.
I do. I put it on a couple days before the shoot, and they started grouping really good. A
I
lot
keep
tighter than
hearing
the
that.
string.
Gas Bowstrings, partner of the Barebow Project. I happen to be fortunate enough to be on their shooting staff. So listen, I'm happy to hear that. I know Sarah Moore and Mr. Eric Riggs over there at Gas Bowstrings will be happy to hear that as well, because Not only Brady Ellison and Robbie Weisinger and all those guys are having success with it, but apparently so is Ava Jones in Kentucky. So we're excited to hear that. Okay, what else you got going on there with your equipment?
I have a Spigarelli rest and I have a Whiffler plunger. And then my arrows for the indoor are Black Eagle. They're carnivores. I shoot different for 3D. I shoot like Intrepid. I shoot the Intrepid for 3D.
Yeah.
We figured we'd give the carnivore a try, and they work really good. And then my tab's Yost.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yost Pro Tab. Do you have weights on your bow?
I have 25 ounces, I think, from Optics 300.
Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Well, you were prepared for those questions. I'm impressed. I guess so let's talk about this tournament. This was your state indoor championship, I assume, like an indoor FIDA.
Yes, that's what it was.
Where was that located?
I can't remember.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
I don't
Um,
remember.
so let's talk about the tournament. What was your first half score? Hold
I
on. Hold on
a
one second.
520. It was a 520.
Ava, hold on 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You there? Matt, my dog was just barking like crazy. I needed to shut the door. So let's talk about this tournament. Your first half, how did it go?
It went pretty good. Um, it was. I kind of like wasn't even really focused in the first half. I was just kind of shooting, like kind of just shooting, and then I realized I needed to start focusing a little more.
Nice. Well, I mean, at least you were able to recognize that. I think that's an important detail for a young shooter to be successful. So, you're ahead of the game there for sure. Do you remember what your score was your first half?
It was a 520.
No, well, I apologize. That you're talking about the first day. I should have clarified. I meant the first half of the first day. But that's okay. We'll go with the 520. That's okay. We'll talk about the total tournament. I don't have to break it down that small. So you shot a 520 the first day. That's stout shooting indeed, especially for your first event. So going into day two, did how did you fare out with that? Were you a little nervous going into day two, knowing how well you shot in day one?
Well, I shot it all in one day, so it was like I didn't
Oh,
have much
okay.
time to think about it. It was just a lot of shooting, a lot of arrows.
That you know what? There might be some benefit to that when you think about it. In some ways, especially if you're young, you're used to that volume of arrows. Just go bang bang and shoot them all in one crack. I think there's definitely something to be said for doing it that way. So you shot better that second round. Do you feel like you just settled down then some a little bit more?
I usually shoot better after I shoot. Like once I get warmed up and start shooting a little bit,
Yeah,
I'll shoot a full round, and my second round's always better.
that's awesome. It's good that you recognize that. How often do you shoot? Are you practicing every week, multiple days a week?
We practice every day, every night.
Seems to be a common denominator, kid. Most of the shooters that I talk to, and I talk to a lot of the best shooters in the world, they all say the same thing. They all shoot. It's definitely quality over quantity, but volume never hurts. I guess is the best way to describe it. So, your dad told me that you guys have like a barn and he extended it out and you have a full 20-yard, 18-meter range and you have access to that. That's a key component for sure. So
Nice.
kudos to your dad and your parents for being supportive of you and archery. We're very fortunate to have you. Keep on working on just being the best archer you can be and leaving a positive mark on the sport. Got a question for you. Out of all of Barebow, okay, if there's one Barebow shooter that you would like to meet, who would it be?
I really don't know.
And
No, I don't.
it doesn't have to be, look, anybody, just anybody. Anybody that you would like to be like, I just want to shake one person's hand or give them a high five, who would it be?
Um, It would probably be I can't think of her name right now, I don't know why, it's just blank right now, but it would probably be the girl who won Lancaster last year, she's really impressive. I cannot
Um,
think of her name right now. Lena?
Lena Bjorklund.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. I usually could think of her name, it just blank for a second.
that's okay. Well, listen, Lena is going to be at the Classic. I will if and I know you're going to be at the Classic, right? Okay. Listen, I talked to your dad. Come find me at the Classic. I will introduce you to Lena. I know Lena and Eric very well, and I will make sure that you get an opportunity to talk to her. Okay? All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Listen, good luck to you for the rest of your tournament season. Um, keep practicing, getting ready for the Classic. I look forward to meeting you and watching you shoot. And if you guys need anything at all throughout your barebow journey and whatnot, by all means, don't hesitate to reach out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.